Brendan, first night opening was done, and not a result that the Heat wanted, but it still turned out to be a solid hit out for the players overall.
Yeah, look, it was. Sort of alluded to it last night that we were just probably a little bit too keen to get stuck into the tournament, and probably set the tone with my tempo second ball, and we never really recovered from there. But look, I still thought we fought well. If you're going to get beaten in this game, you just want to be hard to beat, and I thought the fact that we were able to drag it out to the 20th over was a good sign of what we've got to come, and I'm sure we'll play a lot better in the games in time.
The interesting one with, I guess, the new players in the side, James Pattinson certainly showed that he's ready for the game and looking like he's in pretty good shape at the moment. Najib was really interesting for the young fella. I'd like to know how you're working with him at the moment. He's an interesting character, to say the least.
Yeah, look, I thought Pato, he showed his worth straight away. You know, he's going to be a huge player for us this season. Just that extra little bit of pace, the experience, and also he's a name which guys play. You know, he's one of those guys who is quite imposing at the crease. So he was excellent for us last night. Look forward to him continuing in that role throughout the season. I think Majib, look, he's not known for his batting, but what he showed last night, he's got a bit of ticker as well, and he doesn't mind taking on the big boys. And you know, youthful exuberance is a rare trait, and you know, he showed it last night. He's obviously with ball in hand too. We just didn't give him enough runs, but he's a genius in the making, and I thought he fitted into the squad really well. So no, it was a good hit out. It's obviously disappointing not to get the result, but the Strikers are a very, very good side as well. The reigning champions have got quality players in their lineup, and if you're a little bit off against them, you're going to get beaten. That's what we saw last night.
With Najib, are you finding it? Is it good for the boys? Is English sort of improving pretty good? He's pretty well, I should say, and but he seems to know his cricket, doesn't he, on the cricket field?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, he's played a lot of cricket already in his career, and he's been around the world, and you know, he's played in some of the big tournaments too. So he's not going to be overawed by playing in this tournament. And you know, I said it before the tournament. I think it's incredibly brave of a 17-year-old from Afghanistan to fly the nest and come all the way over here to Australia for 2 months, not really speak a whole lot of English, and embed himself in a team. So you know, I think he's a guy who we look forward to embracing in the culture in the next couple of months and moving forward. And I'm sure the Brisbane crowd will get to know and love him as well over the games to come.
Just get to the umpire controversy. You confused as all of us were?
Yeah, I was a bit confused as well, to be honest, but I'd rather focus on the sportsmanship of Colin Ingram and Ben Lachlan, who were instrumental in calling Jimmy back to the crease. I thought it was an incredible show of sportsmanship. It was 100% the right decision, and I said to them last night that I thought it was a real show of leadership as well, and I know that all of our guys were very pleased that the right decision was made in the end, and thanks to those guys for their gesture.
Do you remember seeing something like that happen, like a team calling the opposition back?
No, I've never really sort of seen that in that sort of instance, and in the end the right decision was made, and I think we're all in agreement of that, and sometimes you just got to go around a little bit to get to the right decision, but we got there in the end, and I'm sure, I don't know, you know, the umpire, I'm sure he woke up this morning, he was relieved that the right decision was made in the end as well.
And just on the innings, the commentators last night were saying that you guys probably need more ones and twos. It was a bit either all or nothing. Do you sort of agree with that? Or?
Yeah, look, it's a really hard one. I think probably alluded to it at the start that we're so keen to rip into the tournament. You look down on a white Gabba wicket and you think this is a 230 sort of type wicket, and you've got to make sure you go hard against their seam bowling when they've got Rashid Khan in their lineup. But we probably just pulled the trigger a bit early, and that can happen. And it's it's better to be too keen than not keen enough. So you know, we'll learn from that lesson, and you know, even us experienced players were a little bit too excited to get stuck into the tournament too. So now that we've got our first one out of the way, I'm sure we'll settle. Batsmanship's not a problem. It's just making sure that we're consistent enough at times and building those partnerships. So yeah, I'm sure once we get going, we'll be right as rain.
And just on that then, so it's a different set of scenarios that for a home game of going down to Metricon, which is a different set of circumstances. Will the team play differently or approach it differently?
Look, I guess, you know, the Gabba we have a lot more information about, which was probably where the most disappointing aspect was last night, is we know those conditions so well, we weren't able to adapt to them. So Metricon's going to be a different pitch. We had the one hit out during the warm-up game, and the pitch was considerably different to that of the Gabba, so we're going to have to adjust pretty quickly. We've got a training as well to get stuck into things, and you know, hopefully we're able to adjust a little bit quicker than what we did last night. Important for us to bounce back as well. We've got a big break after this game, so ideally it'd be nice to head into that Christmas period where we've got 6-7 days without a game with a win under the belt. So I guess that's what's in front of us.
And does the rest of the middle order need to take a bit more responsibility this year? Like previously, it's you win if you go big or Lenny goes big. Does the rest of the middle order need to take a bit more responsibility this season and not rely on you guys so much?
So I'm happy if we're being relied upon. That it means we're going all right. So, but no, I think the fact is we bat in the top three, and most teams, the top three in T20 cricket is your match winners. So the other guys are very much, I guess, support act at times when you bat further down the order. But I think we've got an exceptional batting lineup. We've got a team who's ready to mature as well. We just got it wrong last night. But you look down the list of our lineup, and there's guys who have performed consistently for Brisbane or Queensland or even around the world as well. And I'm stoked to be batting in that lineup and have full confidence in everyone that we're going in there with. So we'll get it right in the next game or two, and then we'll all be talking about how dangerous this batting lineup is.
People outside the ground were probably too excited last night. There was a car accident, some pedestrians, some punters got hit. Did you guys hear or see any of that?
I actually saw it on the way home. I wasn't sure what it was. I was going to check the news this morning, so that's not ideal. Hopefully, those people are all okay, and we love the crowd that turns up and supports us at the Gabba. We get an amazing following, not just at the ground but also around town and everywhere we go. So hopefully all those people are okay and there's no damage done.
And your message to fans if they drink at games, definitely don't drive.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I think there's plenty of Uber options or other transport options around there. So look, encourage you to have a good time, but remain safe, not just for yourself but also your families and those of others too.
Thank you, man.
Cool. Thanks, lads. Catch up.